Hi everyone, welcome to Drive and Fail 55. Quite quick thinking from this motorcyclist.
Oh, he's going to have to slow down.
Conveniently just before the speed camera.
Pretty darn quick. You see that? Yeah, I saw.
Somehow I don't think that's the first time they've covered the number plate. This video has been kindly sponsored by Car Vertical, now with 20% off with my link. This is the first of a trio of rear-end collisions that we're going to see over the next few clips. My viewer here stops nice and comfortably at the lights in front. The driver that approaches from behind simply doesn't pay enough attention. Even their steering just then put them in a position that's quite wide. And when I see learners do this, it's because they're not looking at the radius of the turn. And this usually happens with a novice driver because they stare over the bonnet rather than round the corner. But that's not the case here. This fella's not concentrating behind, and he's creeping further and further forward. If this happens to yourself, by all means press your brake pedal on and off, or even sound your horn. You could even move forward a bit. That's if you've left yourself enough space like my viewer has. Now have a little look at the guy behind. He's looking down. This can't be classed as a WhatsApp wait if you're still moving. Thankfully though, no damage done. This Tesla footage shows another rear-end collision, and this one's someone not understanding what the amber light means. It means stop unless it's unsafe, and this was definitely safe with the distances involved. Again, someone behind not paying enough attention, and perhaps thinking amber means get through if you can. Could you comfortably stop if the lights changed at this distance? I think so, and this is where the car behind is about when the lights change. A bit more damage with this one, I think. This collision was a whole lot more serious. There was nearly £10,000 worth of damage to my viewer's car, and the driver behind got charged with careless driving and received 7 points and a fine.
Our father was more than Samson.
This guy's just totaled his dad's 118i, and he's not happy.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Just go for the light. What are you doing? What are you doing, you idiot?
This Car Vertical report shows another fast Ford that unfortunately is no more. The Focus RS is a desirable motor and used prices are holding up well, and that means finding a clean car could save you a lot of money in the long run, but it also could cost you a lot if you buy a lemon. It takes no time at all to put the registration or VIN number of the vehicle you're looking at into the Car Vertical website, and within no time you'll have a detailed report showing you information that could be crucial in your decision to purchase or walk away. This blue Focus is in a sorry state, as you can see by the multiple photos, and if we have a look at the financial and legal status section, we can see it's been marked as scrap. It's a category B write-off, which means it's unrepairable, and its shell must be crushed. However, other parts of the vehicle can be salvaged. The scrapping of this car looks as though it has happened because the timeline doesn't show any further records after it was put up for sale post-damage. This will be where the scrapyard took off any parts that might still be safe and usable. That was probably from the rear. As always, we can't make any assumptions on what caused this damage without seeing any footage, but knowing this information from the report prior to purchasing any vehicle, in my opinion, is an important step in making sure you spend your money wisely. Please check out my link in the description, and by using the promo code Ashley when you're checking out your next potential purchase, you can now save yourself 20%. Thanks, Car Vertical. Are police standards falling? We can see by the sign on the left that the continuation of the road at this roundabout is the second exit, and that's going to be marked as straight on with the markings on the floor. This police vehicle up ahead continues past that junction from the left lane, which is dangerous. Don't forget though, it might not be a police officer before you all go bashing the police force. This clip's from Wango Lane, very close to where I live. It's poor driving from the vehicle in front, but I did also tell my viewer he needs to be careful of his following distances. He's way too close. Look how little you can see of the vehicle to in front turning, until it does. A little bit further ahead we've got a swing bridge with a set of lights on because it's only wide enough for one vehicle, and the driver of the van in front also struggles with what the lights mean. If we look across the corner, they've just changed to amber. Simply disgraceful. This clip could have easily gone in a nice cycling episode, but it also shows a terrible emerge. If you can't see properly, don't just pull out. My viewer has the skills to fix this no problem though. Do you? This definitely isn't on test because it's in the dark, and I truly hope this is someone in the family driving this learner car and not the instructor. Obviously pupils can make a mistake like this, but the instructor should be way ahead of this, sorting this easily before the keep clear. All us instructors need to lead by example, not set bad ones. I'm suspecting the driver of this Mini has not long passed the test, and it's nice to see my viewer just holding back and giving them some room. This driver will hopefully make a little bit better decision next time, so it's really nice to see them not being pressurised. I'm not actually sure how they got themselves into this position in the first place. In any case, they have a few more shuffles and finally get themselves parked. Try reversing in if you've come from this opposite direction. My viewer goes for the soggy sock parking space. This again is likely to be someone who's new to driving and needs to improve their skills. Watch the white car that's approaching in lane 2. It's got a green P plate on the bonnet. However, it still could be a friend or a family member setting a terrible example. You can see the smoke from a long way off in this clip, and I'd like to use it to remind people of the dangers of rubbernecking. People are going to be naturally and instinctively looking to see what's going on. Keep watching your distances both ahead and behind, and look out for people who aren't paying attention. Now, I'm pretty certain everyone got out of this okay because we can see stuff at the back of the van that's already been unloaded, and when the clip plays on you'll also see a pedestrian walking on the hard shoulder. But for me it's a bit strange where this fire occurred in this van. It's all at the back. I wonder how that happened. Before I start playing this clip, I'd like to point out the lovely parking space that's just to the left of this black car. Now watch what the driver does. This is in one of my top 5 pet hates. By the horn use, this oncoming driver thinks they own all of this single track road. That entitledness is mind-blowing. And this clip's actually not that far behind either. And just so people don't think I'm being prejudiced, this car's totally different. This one's white. And to finish this episode, I'd like to give people a big reminder about giving cyclists more space. The minimum distance you need to give a cyclist should be at least 1.5 metres, but seriously have a little think about whether that overtake that you're planning is really worth it. And if you're going to sit in a queue a little further, it's probably not. I'd like to say a big well done to my viewer in this situation for not rising to such dangerous driving, and I hope this was reported. Situations like this are simply not acceptable. Cyclists do not have a big metal box to protect them. Keep safe everyone, and don't forget, keep others safe too. I'll see you soon.